Okay, let me give you guys some more practice. So given this fraction here, simplify this. So press pause and have a go. Alright, so try and concentrate on this bit here. Let's do the hard part first. So here you got to do this simultaneously because the coefficient of x squared is above 1, so it's quite hard. So you got to think two numbers multiplied together gives you 10. So well, it could be a 10 and a 1. It could be a 5 and a 2. I've got a hunch it might be 5 and a 2. So I'm going to stick with 5 and a 2. If it doesn't work, then jump to the 10 and a 1. And then over here, you've got to do this simultaneously with this as well. So here you've got to be able to create 3x squared. Well, creating 3x squared is going to be a 3 and a 1. That's pretty much it. So in order to create the 3x squared, we're going to need 3x, okay, and then the 1x over here, and then well, I'm just going to guess at random. I'm going to stick well, it's got to be a 5 or a 2 in here. So I'm going to stick a 5 in here and a 2 over here. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to switch them around. So let's well, I've got to create a positive 10x. So either it's going to be a positive 5 and a positive 2, or it's going to be a negative 5 and a negative 2. Well, I've got to create minus 17x. So I'm just going to guess a minus, and a minus. Okay, if that doesn't work, then we can switch it to a plus and a plus. Well, anyway, so let's just check it out. This times this here will be 3x squared. So that's good. Okay. Well, let's just concentrate on the x term. So this multiply with this here will be minus 6x. Okay. So hang on, minus 6x, and then later you're going to have this and this. This will be minus 5x. Minus 5x. So that will give us minus 11x. So that's no good. So let's try switching the 2 and a 5 around. 5. And again, this is quite tricky to do. So you just got to play around with it and have lots of practice. So now let's try this. This times with this will give me minus 15x. And then this times this here will give me minus 2x. So here, this will give me minus 17x. So this is correct. Okay. The first and now factorize the top part. The top part. Well, I'm going to take 6 out as a factor. Okay. So if I do this here, x and then 6 later, 6 times 5. Well, negative 5 here. Well, anyway, factorize this bit here, take the 6 out, and it will become this. And then you can see now that this bubble here is exactly the same as this bubble here. So these two will just kill off each other here. So that would be so it equals 6 over 3x 3x minus 2. Okay, so this here will be your final answer. Okay, next one here. Okay, this one here. Yeah, so well, actually, before you press pause, you could visualize this as a whole bubble here, and then you're timesing this thing here. Remember, in effect, you're multiplying two fractions, so it's going to be top times top, bottom times bottom. Just bear in mind that because of this long divide line, this exists in a bubble, and because of this long divide line here, this also exists in a bubble. So when you come to multiply, you've got to do it like this. This times this, and then this times this, and then this times this. Okay, you might be tempted to do that, but don't. I know when I first did this, that's what I did, and it was a silly move. What you should do is factorize this first. Just concentrate on this and factorize this into this. Okay, and then later when you merge the two, just maybe stick a 6x over here. So you've got three bubbles multiplying with each other. Okay, and then here you've got this 12, and then you remember that this is in here. Well, anyway, what I'm trying to say is that rather than doing this, which you might be tempted to do, like me, this here will give you a lot of headache. Just factorize this bit first, and then merge the two. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so in order to factorize this bit here, because the coefficient of x squared is above 1, it's quite hard to do. So let's look at this and this simultaneously. So two numbers multiplied together. I could use a 4 and a 3. I could use a well, in order to create a 12, I could use a 4 and a 3, or a 6 and a 2. Well, for no reason, I'm just going to choose 4 and a 3. And then in order to create the 5x, well, it's only going to be 5 and a 1. Well, yeah, it's going to be, hang on, so this bit here is going to be like this, 5x, okay, and then 1x, okay, and then, well, I'm going to choose a 4 and a 3. If that doesn't work, I'm going to choose a 6 and a 2, but let's stick with a 4 and a 3. So here, let's well, I need to create minus 12. So one of the two here will have to be a negative. So I'm going to guess randomly, minus 3 plus 4 here. If this doesn't give us what we want, then we're going to have to jiggle things around. Okay, so this times this here would give me what? Would give me 20x. Okay, and then later this times this here will give me minus 3. Oh, lucky good guess there, lucky first guess, because it will give me no, it won't. No, actually, this would give me a positive. Sorry, it wasn't a good guess. This here would give me a positive 17x. I need a negative 17x. So let's try to let's try and turn this into a plus and this into a minus. Okay. So here, hang on. This times this here will give us minus 20x, and then later this times this here will give us a positive 3x. So here, this will give us a negative 17x. So this here is a good move. Okay. Yeah. So lucky second guess. Okay. So now this thing here becomes this, and this is 12 here, and we're timesing this 6 over x minus 4. So remember, this in effect exists in a bubble because of this long divide line here. Okay, so now we can merge the two. So you've got two fractions multiplying with each other. So it's top times top, bottom times bottom. So it will become this 6x bracket 5x plus 3, and then x minus 4 all over 12 bracket x minus 4. Okay, and here this will cancel out with this here. So this here becomes 6x over 5x plus 3 over 12. Okay, so you can imagine this as being one bubble multiplying with this bubble here. Let's divide top and bottom here by 6. Okay, so this here I can imagine this as being this 6. Sorry, I can imagine this as being 6 times. Hang on. Let me illustrate this. So 12 here. I can imagine this as 6 times an x, and then you got times another bubble over here, 5x plus 3. Okay. Well, the 12 I can imagine it as a 6 times a 2. Okay. 6 times a 2 here. So when you are here, you can divide top and bottom here by 6. So in effect, this would cancel out with this 6 here, because up here they're all multiplying each other. Or well, you've got a bubble here, which in effect is a bubble within a, well, two bubbles within a bubble, and then you've got, well, anyway, blah blah blah. It would take you to this bit here, and kill off the 2 6's. So that would give you x bracket 5 5x plus 3 over 2. Okay, so this here would be your final answer. You can, if you want, multiply, well, waste of time, but just, yeah, this here. Okay.